Hi, today we're making a very nice dish for a wintry cold day. Hi, Gloria Donahue from Nana's Cookery, and welcome back to the kitchen. It is a wintry night here in Pennsylvania in December and a perfect night for this kind of a meal. For this recipe you will need bacon, which we're going to fry, and then we're going to add onions, and then we're going to add sauerkraut with molasses and brown sugar. And when it's almost done, we're going to add sausages. We're going to start with cutting our bacon. And I just find that for me, it's easier to do it with scissors. This recipe really depends on how many people, what you're doing. There are 3 of us who are going to eat this meal, but only 2 of us are going to eat sauerkraut. The producer is not. Folks, you got to deal with them, right? You can't kill them, you got to love them. So we're going to start with bacon, and first I just put it in half, and I've got three slices here, and I'm just going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to just go up the middle, and this is not precise, obviously, but we're just going to go up, and then we're going to cut it in about 1/2-inch pieces. And we're trying a new cooktop here. This is a plug-in one. We wanted it for the filming. I have to say I'm not really used to electric cooking. I am a person who uses gas and really likes gas, but we wanted it to be on film, and this was seemed to be a better way to do it. So I'm going to cut this bacon. We have the heat on medium-high, and we'll see how that works. And we're going to make this bacon crispy. One thing that Americans like, for the most part, I think, is crispy bacon. The funny thing is, my husband and I have traveled a lot, and we've gone all over the world, and very often in the hotels, breakfast is a buffet. And sometimes the bacon is so limp. So we love crispy bacon. And it'll smell so good. And you just stir it once in a while. The fat, the fat is melting there, it will be easier to move. Our bacon is crisp, and we're going to take it off now and put it on a paper towel to drain it. And we're going to take off some of the fat. We want to saute the onions, but we don't want that much oil. So we're just going to leave enough to give a nice basis. And we're going to turn down the heat. Now we're going to saute an onion, and so we're just going to chop it. I peeled it, I cut off one end. Now I'm going to go through the root, and now I'm going to turn it on its side. I'm going to go through here, and then just down like this, about an inch apart probably, and then across. And I do want that heat a little lower. Bacon can take a higher heat than onion can. You don't want them to burn. So we're going to slice again this way. You need nice sharp knives too. You want good tools when you cook. It makes a huge difference. I'm not really used to this pan. We're kind of working with it to see exactly what the temperatures mean. We're going to put the onion in there now. The bacon took about 8 minutes, and the onions will probably take about 10. Again, not at too high a heat. While our onions are finishing sauteing, and you can see them, they're starting to get a nice soft brown. We don't want to burn them. We're going to mix our drained sauerkraut. I like the bagged sauerkraut, but honestly, it comes in too big a bag for just the 2 of us. So I usually buy the canned. I rinse it, I drain it. Here I have maybe 2/3 of a can in the bowl. I'm going to add a little more than 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And I'm going to add a little bit of molasses, and usually I do 2 times brown sugar to the molasses. This gives you a sweet, gentle sauerkraut. It's not that coarse sauerkraut that you're used to getting, because this is going to cook an hour after we're going to combine the sauerkraut with the brown sugar and the molasses and the bacon and put it back in the pan with the onions. and then a little water so it won't dry out. We're going to cook it for an hour. And the last half hour, we're going to put our sausages in because the sausages are already cooked. We're just really heating them and softening the skin. Hi, our sausages are done, our sauerkraut is done. You see, I'll show you what the sauerkraut looks like after it's cooked an hour. It looks quite different than the raw sauerkraut that you have, and it has sweetness to it from the bacon, from the onion, from the molasses and the brown sugar. It's been so nice to have you come to the kitchen.